Hello, everyone. Welcome back for another video. I hope everyone's having a great day. Before watching the video, please subscribe and like it. Kyle Chrisley has opened up about the real reason behind his recent hospital stay, revealing it was due to a suicide attempt. The reality television personality known for appearing in the family-centered show Chrisley Knows Best shared the emotional update to clarify the circumstances surrounding his health scare earlier this year. In a heartfelt message posted online, Chrisley expressed that the hospitalization was not for any unrelated medical condition, but instead a result of an intensely personal struggle. He explained that he had been battling mental health challenges for some time and reached a breaking point that led to a moment of deep crisis. The emotional toll of unresolved trauma, personal loss, and the pressures of public life had created what he described as an unbearable weight. Chrisley said he is speaking out now because he wants to encourage honest conversations about mental health and to reduce the stigma that still surrounds it. He emphasized that seeking help should not be seen as a sign of weakness and that reaching out for support saved his life. His message included gratitude to the medical staff who cared for him during his recovery and to his family and friends who stood by him through the ordeal. The Chrisley family has long been in the public eye, and Kyle has had a complicated relationship with fame, as well as with family dynamics that have at times been publicly strained. He noted that part of his pain came from unresolved issues within the family, as well as the overwhelming feeling of isolation that can accompany mental health struggles, even for those surrounded by people. Kyle's decision to share his experience was driven in part by a desire to help others who might be going through similar pain. He wants to be a voice of encouragement for those feeling hopeless, urging anyone in crisis to speak to someone and to know that they are not alone. He acknowledged that healing is a journey, and that while he is still on the path to recovery, he feels more supported and hopeful than he has in a long time. Support from his sister Savannah Chrisley and other family members has been a key part of his recovery process. Savannah previously addressed his hospitalization in a vague statement that asked for privacy, but now the family is standing behind Kyle as he opens up more fully. His honesty marks a turning point in how the family publicly addresses mental health, showing a more vulnerable and authentic side to a family often seen through the lens of television fame. As Kyle continues to heal, he says he plans to use his platform to advocate for better mental health awareness and support resources. He hopes that by sharing his story, others may find the strength to reach out and that those struggling can believe in the possibility. Has broken his silence and revealed the truth behind a recent event that sparked widespread concern among fans and followers. The reality television personality, best known for his appearances on the family docuseries Chrisley Knows Best, is now speaking out to share what really happened during a troubling time in his life that led to public speculation and confusion. In a candid and emotional statement, Chrisley explained that his recent hospitalization was not due to a minor health scare, as some had speculated, but rather the result of a suicide attempt. This revelation sheds new light on the ongoing personal battles he has faced behind the scenes, battles that he says have been compounded by years of trauma, mental health struggles, and the pressure of living in the public eye. Chrisley said he had reached a point where the emotional pain became overwhelming, and he felt he had nowhere else to turn, describing the moment as the darkest in his life. He made a decision he now views with deep sorrow and clarity. He credits the swift response of emergency services medical professionals and the support of his loved ones for saving his life and giving him a second chance. His choice to speak out now is driven by a desire to bring awareness to mental health issues and to challenge the stigma that continues to surround them. Chrisley emphasized that depression and anxiety are not signs of weakness, but battles that many people fight silently every day. He hopes that by sharing his story, others who are suffering might find the courage to seek help before reaching a breaking point. The Chrisley family has often been in the spotlight both for their television success and for legal and personal challenges in recent years. While the family has dealt with public scrutiny, Kyle has largely remained out of the media, but now feels compelled to be open in order to promote healing not only for himself, but for others who may be facing similar struggles. Support from family, particularly from his sister Savannah Chrisley, has played a key role in his path toward recovery. The two have had their ups and downs over the years, but Kyle expressed gratitude for her support and for the willingness of those close to him to offer understanding. Kyle continues to focus on his mental health and rebuilding his life. He plans to use his experience as a platform to advocate for mental health awareness, resources, and compassion. He believes that vulnerability can be powerful and that being honest about his experience is a step toward helping others who may feel lost or alone. In closing, Chrisley encouraged anyone feeling overwhelmed or hopeless to speak up and seek help, reminding people that they are not alone and that healing is possible. He hopes his truth will serve as both a warning and a message of hope for those who need it most. Kyle Chrisley has opened up about his recent hospitalization, revealing it was the result of a suicide attempt, marking one of the most vulnerable and difficult moments of his life. The reality television personality known for his appearances on the family series Chrisley Knows Best has shared the emotional truth behind what led to the health crisis that shocked many fans and followers. In a heartfelt statement, Chrisley said the decision to speak publicly came from a desire to be honest with himself and others, and to help break the stigma that often surrounds mental health struggles. For years, he had been quietly battling depression, anxiety, and unresolved trauma issues he said were made heavier by personal losses and the weight of being in the public eye. He explained that his mental health had been deteriorating for some time, and despite putting on a strong front in public, he felt increasingly isolated and overwhelmed. The situation escalated into what he described as a moment of complete despair, leading to his suicide attempt, which ultimately resulted in a hospital stay and the beginning of a long road to recovery. Now Chrisley says he is in a better place than he was during that dark period. But he is not claiming to be completely healed. Instead, he is focused on taking things one day at a time, committing to therapy, leaning on the support of loved ones, and doing the internal work necessary to move forward in a healthier way. He expressed deep gratitude to the medical team who cared for him during his time in the hospital, and to those close to him who offered compassion rather than judgment during a deeply personal crisis. Among those offering support is his sister Savannah Chrisley, who has been vocal about the importance of mental health awareness and has stood by him during his recovery. Chrisley shared that part of his motivation for revealing what happened was to help others understand that mental illness does not discriminate and can affect anyone regardless of their background or public image. He said he wanted to be a voice for those who feel silenced by fear, shame, or the belief that they must handle their pain alone. His message included a plea for anyone struggling to reach out for help and to know that there are people who care and resources available that can make a difference. He emphasized that his story is not one of defeat, but of survival, and that although he still has a long way to go, he is committed to rebuilding his life with honesty and intention. Kyle Chrisley is now using his platform to encourage conversations about mental health, urging society to approach the topic with more empathy and less stigma. He hopes that by sharing his story, he can inspire others to seek help and understand that even in the darkest times, there is a path to healing and hope. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, America Trends 24, and stay with us.